Courtney Green, and I am so sorry for all this trouble trying to get chapter 16 recorded and uploaded. It's giving me a hard time, and I just cannot bring myself to record the whole entire chapter again. So I'm going to start where it left off with January. Let me go back. So this is Such a Time as This, in Jesus' name. It's book number 14. We are on chapter 16, part 2, and it is January 20th, 2 p.m., Monday afternoon. We are at Lake Crossings Elementary School, Huntington Beach, California. Excuse me. I pray Jesus help me to get this uploaded correctly where it doesn't get cut off and go blank. All right. Excuse me. Brittany's teacher smiled at her. Okay, Brittany, it's your turn. Please come to the front of the circle right here next to me and show us what you brought to share with the class. Brittany grabbed her backpack and headed to the front next to her teacher. She set her backpack on the floor and unzipped it and pulled out her big stuffed panda bear that she got for Christmas. Her eyes were shining with excitement. Oh my, that is lovely, her teacher said. Can you tell us about it? Brittany nodded. Yes, ma'am. This is a panda bear. It's the best Christmas present I ever got. One time my teacher got me a smaller bear, a brown one, but my mom threw it away and I cried. But now I have this one and I love it. It's really soft and cuddly and I like to sleep with it at night. Well, Brittany, thank you for sharing this with us. You're welcome. Would you like to feel how soft it is? The teacher smiled and nodded. Oh my goodness, it is super soft. Can I feel? One of the kids asked. Brittany took it to him and let him feel it. He smiled and nodded. It's soft, he affirmed. Brittany then took the bear around the circle so that each member of the class could feel how soft the panda was. And finally, she put it back in her pack and took her seat. Later, while Brittany was waiting in the line for children to be picked up by their parents, she stood next to a girl that was in her class, and she smiled at her. Hi, Lindy. Hi, Lindy answered. So how come you didn't bring anything for show and tell today? Lindy shrugged. I couldn't think of what to bring. Brittany nodded. I couldn't think of what to bring either. And then my new mom asked me what is something I have that I really love, and I remembered the panda. So, do you have something that you really love? Lindy shook her head. Well, maybe you could ask your mom to give you an idea of something. Lindy shook her head. I can't ask her because my mom isn't coming back. That's what my dad says. Oh, is she dead? No. Oh, did she go to jail? No. Did she go to the hospital? No, she just went away. Oh, well, do you have a brother? No, but I have a sister. Well, you could ask her if she has an idea. Lindy shook her head. No, 'cause she says I'm a pain. Oh. Well, how about your dad? Lindy shook her head. My dad only talks to his new girlfriend, and he tells me to stop interrupting him. He says I do it on purpose to get attention. Oh. Brittany frowned. I'm sorry, Lindy. Lindy shrugged. Brittany sighed. You know what? I think I can make you feel better. How? Brittany unzipped her pack and pulled out the panda bear. Here. Lindy's eyes opened wide. You can take him home and sleep with him. He's really soft and he makes you feel happy when you're going to sleep. Lindy looked up at Brittany with big eyes. You're giving him to me? Brittany nodded. She swallowed hard. I think you need him more than me. At night, when you feel sad or alone, just talk to him. And something that's even better is you can talk to Jesus. He listens and he helps me feel happier. I didn't know about Jesus before, but God is his daddy and he got power and he can help you. I just started talking to him and when I do, I always feel better. Lindy nodded and took the bear and hugged it to her heart and then looked up. He smells good. Brittany smiled and nodded her head. Yeah, that's 'cause my new mommy sprayed some of her perfume on him 'cause I told her how much I love the way she smells. Lindy took another big sniff at the bear and then smiled. Thanks, Brittany. I'm going to love him always. Brittany nodded, her eyes moistening. Lindy, come on. What are you waiting for? Brittany looked up to see a woman step out of her car. Who's that? That's my father's girlfriend. Brittany frowned. She looks mean. She is mean. Well, I gotta go. Brittany nodded. Okay, bye. Lindy started to walk away, but Brittany called after her. Wait, Lindy, stop. She stopped, and Brittany ran out to her. She took the panda, hugged it hard, and then handed it back to her. Okay, bye. Bye, Brittany. See you tomorrow. Brittany nodded and waved. Brittany! She turned to see Amari yelling at her. She ran to him. Where were you going? He asked. I was just saying goodbye to Lindy. Oh, okay. Well, come stand next to me here, 'cause I see Mom and Dad coming up. He glanced down at her. So, was that your bear that Lindy was holding? Brittany nodded and sighed. Did she take it from you? No, I gave it to her. Why? You love that bear. Lindy's mommy went away, and her new mommy is mean, and so I gave her Panda so she'll be happier. Amari smiled. Well, that was cool, Britt. Brittany smiled. In the car pickup line, Bree looked over at her husband. So, what do you think that was all about? Well, it appears our girl has given her favorite gift away to a friend. I wonder why she did that. Well, I'm guessing Brittany believes her friend needs it more than her. Bree's eyes moistened. That is a beautiful thing, Ricky. In so many ways, you know? He nodded. Yep, it's one of the most beautiful things I've witnessed in a long time. We'll have to make time to talk to her about it tonight. New scene. It is January 20th, Monday evening, Joe's Bar and Grill, Pine Forest, Georgia. Rose pulled into the parking lot of Joe's. She glanced over at Violet in her passenger seat. Her sister looked like an angel. Well, a sexy angel. She wore a white knit, long-sleeved dress with a square neckline. It was short, only to mid-thigh, and she wore knee-high brown suede boots. And around her shoulders, she had a white knit shawl with brown fringe. Her long, wavy blonde hair hung loosely down her back. She was stunning, and Rose smiled. What are you smiling at? Violet asked her. I was just thinking how beautiful my baby sister is. Violet laughed. Baby? Jen is a baby, or Iris. I'm only a few minutes younger than you. Rose nodded. Violet, seriously, I am so proud to have you as my sister. Violet frowned. Are you sick? No, why? So you're not dying of some incurable disease? Rose snorted. No, you idiot. Can't I even compliment you on anything without you acting a fool? Violet smiled. Yes, you can. And you, my older sister. I'm proud to have you as my sister. I'm so proud. You're an amazing person, Rose, and so beautiful. Aren't you glad I talked you into wearing that dress? Rose giggled. And aren't you glad I strapped on my belt and holster under the dress? Violet laughed. Well, I can't wait to see if he does what you said he'd do. Well, you just watch. He'll reach out, and he'll touch me here on the front of my hip to see if I'm carrying. And this time, he'll be surprised that I actually am. The only difference is it won't be tucked inside my underwear. I mean, realistically speaking, my panties aren't sturdy enough to hold the gun. Violet giggled. You know what? I think I'm going to work on getting some specially made, sturdy leather underwear that will hold it. That'll be next year's birthday gift to you. Rose laughed. Oh, I can't wait. Well, let's go in. Violet nodded. There's an awful lot of people here. Jericho must be very popular in this town. Well, he's quite the charmer, that's for sure. They headed into Joe's. The place was packed. Belena held the door open for them. Hey, I was wondering if you two were ever coming in. Hey, Bugs, how's it going? Since I spoke to you this morning? Let's see. The DOT guys arrived and began clearing the land from the highway to what will be mine and Jake's home and my stables and corral. Well, that is awesome. How long will it take them to finish the clearing? Only a few more days, and then we have some guys coming out to pour some gravel, and then some more guys are coming out to clear out the land for the house and the stable, and then we can lay the foundation, and my dad and I are going to get started on that ASAP. Oh, I am so excited for you, Lena. The beautiful redhead grinned. Me too. I want to have at least the foundation for stables poured by the end of the month. I don't want to start on the plans for the house until I get Jake's final nod. And did he call today like you thought he might? She shook her head. No, not yet. I'm still hoping. It's been almost 2 weeks. Milena shook her head. But no negative talk right now. This is a celebration. Jericho finally came up behind Milena. You're hogging my girl. Lena grinned. She was hogging me. CJ also arrived. Hello, ladies. Violet turned and smiled up at her guy. Hey, CJ. You look beautiful tonight, he said. Thanks, you too. Jericho snorted, and Violet giggled. Well, you know what I mean. CJ took her hand and pulled her in. We have a table over here. What can I get you to drink? Well, some ginger ale would be good. I got it. Jericho took Rose's hand and led her to the table. He sat her down. Would you like some white wine? Rose nodded. That would be great, thanks. Jericho and CJ met Lena at the bar. So what do you think, Milena? Do you think they suspect? Milena shook her head. I don't think so. If they do, then they're Oscar-worthy actresses. Jericho nodded. Good. He checked the time. So Gabe won't be available for another 25 minutes, and that should be about perfect. And you have his info so you can live stream on his site, right? I've got it. It's not my first rodeo. Calm down. It's all good. Jericho drew a deep breath, and Milena giggled. I can't believe you're the same guy who calmly and efficiently saved the lives of my mother and baby brother and sister. CJ chuckled. Oh, he's got you all fooled. Jericho rolled his eyes. He drew a deep breath. He let it out and nodded. I'm going to go dance with my girl. Jericho took the glass of wine and a beer and headed to the table. He set the drinks down. Rose smiled up at him and picked up her wine and held it up. Here's to you, Jericho. Congratulations on your new affiliation with the Meritech. He tapped his beer to her glass and nodded. Thanks, babe. I think this is going to be amazing. Here's to all the great successes that this merger will bring. He swigged the beer and Rose sipped her wine. They chatted a few minutes and then he asked her to dance with him. He led her out to the dance floor. He took both her hands in his and looked her over. You look absolutely beautiful tonight. His eyes scanned over the white dress with red roses and stopped at her midsection. He frowned. She smiled and waited. He reached out and pressed his hand against her right lower abdominal hip area. His eyes opened wide and looked at her, and she couldn't hold in the giggle. He cleared his throat. Really? She nodded. Yeah, really. You want to see? He choked. Not here. She laughed and looked over at Violet, who was also laughing and obviously telling CJ what was so funny. Jericho pulled Rose close. So, are you sure that's secure in there? Rose giggled. Well, it's not really tucked in my underwear. I have a leather belt on, and I clipped the holster to the belt, so I cheated. He chuckled. And you felt you needed the protection tonight? Oh, no, silly. I feel completely safe with you around. It was all just for the fun of seeing your reaction. You know, I have a feeling life with you would never be boring. Oh, not ever. CJ and Violet joined them on the dance floor. Rose looked around to see who else was there to celebrate the new Law, Firefighter, Rescue, and Medical Division of Ameritech. She waved at Heather and Nolan, who were also on the dance floor. She spotted Jericho's guys. 4 of them were playing pool. Jimmy Calloway, Max Hooks, Micah Ferguson, and Jalen Shipley. The oldest one of the Jericho's bunch, Luke Jackson, was actually sitting at the keyboard on the tiny stage, though one could hardly call it a stage. It was more like a platform. It held a keyboard and an old set of drums and amps and mics. Joe only had live music on the weekends. He liked giving a platform, literally, to some of the local musicians. If they turned out to be any good, they were sometimes invited back, or even better, asked to perform at the Ritz over on College Street, which was run by Joe's daughter, Megan. Rose wondered if Luke was a musician and if he was going to give a performance for his boss tonight. Rose and Violet both smiled and waved as Daisy and Lily and Justice and his father Thomas came in the door, and right behind them, Jody and John and Hannah and Charlie and Matt. Wow, Jericho, Rose said, the whole town is here. It looks like you are a very popular guy. Jericho smiled. Well, I don't know about all that, but what we do affects the whole county, and what's coming could affect more than that. This is huge. A large training facility means that there will be a need for more housing for the people hired to train, and more food and more downtime places like for entertainment. And more families will move to the area. It's going to be pretty darn interesting. Rose said, what does Mayor Bradbury think about all this? Oh, he's all in, though he wants to be involved and stay on top of things because he doesn't want to lose the Main Street vibe that Pine Forest has going. So he wants to monitor all permits. Well, that sounds fair and good, actually, because I don't want Pine Forest to lose its hometown thing. It's what everyone loves. It's not run down. It's old-fashioned on the outside, but up to date on what it offers. It's super clean. It's super friendly. We have to hold on to all of that. Absolutely. He smiled down at her. You know, Rose, maybe you should run for town council. She laughed. I'm a little too abrasive for that. Well, you're smart, you're logical, you're tactful when you want to be. You're honest, you're a straight shooter. You'd be perfect. You are so silly. Besides, I don't have time for that. Well, just keep the idea on the back burner, Jericho said. Well, I have a better idea, Jericho. You run for town council, and I'll nag at you behind the scenes, and you can get everything done my way. He chuckled. Anyway, Mayor Bradbury is actually here tonight. He's going to help make the announcement. Oh, wow, this really is amazing. Rose looked up and waved as Rebecca and Dalton came in with Lucas, and she sighed. Wow, everyone is here. I wish Iris wasn't sick. I'm sure that Mom and Dad would have loved to come and celebrate with you. Well, both your mom and dad and Chaz and Lisa Stewart are missing out on the celebration, but we arranged to do a live stream for them. Milena is going to be signing on in just a minute because Joe's is about to make the big announcement to the crowd. Oh, cool. Well, good job on being so thoughtful, Rose said. Jericho smiled at her and pulled her to a stop and raised her chin. He kissed her right there in the middle of the dance floor, just as slow dancing in a parking lot ended. He nervously glanced at the big clock on the wall. It's showtime. Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 21. Many are the plans in the mind of a man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. And that is the real end of chapter 16. Hopefully, this all works out. Love ya. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.